At the time, it seemed funny.
No, and I like fucked up stuff like that.
You know, Netflix insisted on it.
Really?
Well, this one's gonna get demonetized. Good thing it's a Patreon-sponsored episode. Shout out to Michael over at the Lost History channel for acting as this episode's producer. You should check out some of the videos I've narrated recently over there. Also, I guess you can check out my Patreon if you're so inclined. Michael demands my artistic freedom on this one, and Netflix has trailers up with most of this content. So let's test YouTube's age gate algorithm as we discuss the trials and tribulations of coming of age through the medium of talking vaginas, roaming packs of dicks, and Garrison Keillor getting decapitated and skull-fucked for no clear reason.
I warned you. Now look what you made me do.
Oh, God, no!
Oh, God.
Garrison, no!
Take it all, Keillor. Take it all.
I don't think you need to know who Garrison Keillor is to get that joke. We'll come back to it later. For now, don't worry about it. Big Mouth is a Netflix-produced series created by notable douche Nick Kroll. It follows a group of teens who are guided/tormented through puberty by a hormone monster named Maurice.
Are you the puberty fairy?
The fuck did you just call me? Oh, she wants it. You should take out your penis. Now let's watch McConaughey bang two meth heads at a rodeo and try not to think about AIDS. Andrew?
Yeah?
I'm thinking about AIDS. Age, rage, fucking rage! Fucking forget about that little Pikachu and dance with a girl. I will burn this place to the ground and fuck the ashes. I have been blowing loads since the dawn of time. I'm the hormone monster. I'm not a fairy. I mean, sure, I fuck around with dudes, but I'm not a fairy.
Kinda like the Fonz or the Bender of this series, but instead of jukeboxes, motorbikes, and saying "eh," or drinking, smoking, and inviting chumps to bite his shiny metal ass, Maury's things are chronic masturbation, crude comments, and his big bag of dicks.
Let me see. Got the can opener dick, my Cool Ranch dick, my dick that looks like U2's The Edge, my dick with a dick, and here it is.
There's an attempt at building a world and developing an arc for each character surrounding Maury, but most are just badly written archetypes that stand in as different perspectives on the show's themes. It works very well within the context of the show as an excuse to let Maury be as diverse in his vulgar humor as possible, and he definitely uses that freedom.
Oh, I'm sorry I couldn't find a sitter. 1, 2, 3. I'm missing a dick. Everyone check their butts.
But at times the show is bogged down with uninteresting characters and subplots. For every awesome character, like featuring Ludacris or Coach Steve, there's 3 lame ones like this one character's dad and his fucking oysters.
God, it was in my own butt. You scared me. Buddy, I'm not mad. I was just worried.
Honestly, I'm not sure who this show is marketed towards. Like, as a crude animated comedy, you'd think they'd be aiming toward the yams. Kinda feels like a mix between a low-tier animated sitcom aimed at teens and one of those videos they'd show in health class to teach high schoolers about puberty that's trying really hard to be cool and just connect with this new generation. And it kinda works on that level, but then they also throw in the most random references, like is anyone watching this series supposed to know who the fuck Garrison Keillor or Duke Ellington are? I'm pretty solid with my old school references. A big portion of the videos I've made are about obscure old shit no one cares about, and even I had to Google those too. I still don't get the joke. I'm not entirely sure there is a joke. If there is a joke, that joke is aimed at people well over 40, so maybe it's some really clever series of references aimed solely at health class teachers. I don't know. Moving on.
My dicks! My dicks are running away!
I have mixed feelings about the music of this series. The license tracks that they choose to use are good and fit well enough, and there's even a few decent parody covers and tributes sprinkled throughout the series. But then there's the original songs, which, to put it kindly, aren't very good. One thing I don't have mixed feelings about is the character design choices. I get that the human characters are intentionally made to be awkward and ugly looking. It worked for Invader Zim, and I think that's what they were going for. But unlike that masterpiece, the abstract choices in Big Mouth really just don't lead to anything interesting visually, which is kind of the point of animation as a medium. Well, that and all the characters' eyes have this kind of empty-looking, soulless void quality to them. I don't know, maybe it bothers you less than it does me. So the only thing the show really has going for it is the crude humor, mostly presented by Maury the hormone monster, played by Kroll, which was enough to carry me through the first 2 seasons. And I'll be checking out season 3, cause fuck it, it's on Netflix. It's still in the early seasons, so there's room to grow. It usually takes a few seasons for shows like this to hit their stride, and I do see some potential in exploring the world of the hormone monsters that was fleshed out a bit in season 2. For what it is, it's alright. I got a laugh or 2 out of it. As long as you know what you're getting into, it should be fine. It's not really groundbreaking in any way, it's just kind of a mixed bag. of dicks.
Survey says 2 dicks down. Sorry for the mixed metaphor.
So those are my honest thoughts on Big Mouth. What are yours? Leave a comment below. On the way down, make sure to check out the Lost History channel and my Patreon in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.
Maybe one day you'll look back on this time fondly and perhaps even make something beautiful out of it.
What? Like a show about a bunch of kids masturbating?
Isn't that basically just like child pornography?
Holy shit, I hope not. I mean, maybe if it's animated we can get away with it. Right?